last one on the hill, and it should be Staria claiming the spawns here.
But they are still in the deficit by about 20 points. Nothing too crazy, but these can be some really tough spawns to break. There's a lot of big gunfights you gotta win back here. 2 for 1 on the feed so far for Staria, but they are gonna get a little bit more help there. Diffy, huge kill.
Yeah, Staria, they're here, but the spawns are so incredibly close in the parallel toward the back for King's Order. Frost able to get one, chimes in with his teammate, looking for the second one toward the front door pistol. Not good enough, and it's Llama yet again, I swear. I mean, he's 6-9, but every time I go to him, he's getting a 3-piece, so I don't know what's going on, but...
Are on the outside looking into this P1. It is just Frost here, though, so yeah, with that kill from Diff, it should flip. Good read from Diff as well.
Plays.
Turns it into a third one.
Trying to collapse on the hill. They'll spawn in the back. You got Kurz on the front side, but Diffy shuts him down with a nice double for himself, waiting for his teammates off a spawn. He can't get the third one, but the pressure is here now from King's Order. Can you make a difference here? Diff up top is able to get one off a spawn, waiting patiently for the reinforcements, and it looks like King's Order will break, and still 30 seconds to claim here, so this is a lot of time Staria you need to fight for. This guy, every time I see him in the kill feed, he's getting at least a couple of kills here, but damage seems to not be over yet. We'll see if Staria can have a late attempt at this one. Bio for a 3-piece there. Nice win from him, but still.
Still, only 20 seconds to the win if you're King's Order White. You just gotta hold on to P3. When you have map control, it's only really 2 spots they can come from. An Asylum gonna get taken down. 3 in the feed, just like that. Frost on the outside looking in. There's number 4. That should do it for the map. The spawn out is monstrous. And it'll be King's Order White finding the first map. 250 to 240.
And I mean, that P3 rotation, man.
I would hope for a little bit more support from the squad when you're in a spot like this, because you're a pretty free cleanup. Players in behind, but you dodge beautifully. Llama immediately starts to hit this wrap, gets free fire, does not care, and he'll find it.
Nades being used as well from Staria, but nobody getting cleaned up yet. Bomb's gonna go down, but they're kind of hemmed in the sight as well. Bio gonna get flown at as well. Diff wins a big one on the pinch here, but he's left not for very long. It's gonna be a crossfire onto Diff. He rips the sniper though, going for number 2. Yeah, Diffy, let's hopefully he plays a little bit of his life this time, and there Koala on the pinch as well. Second one's gonna fall. Llama pushing forward. Low HP, doesn't matter. Up to Kurz, and you're trapped.
Oh, space right now to work off of. That's the real problem. They do clear out Diffy, though. That was gonna be the other thing that was gonna be a thorn in their side. 3-on-3 now we play. And Llama gonna be that next person looking to find a spot or a position. I don't know where Diff is going, but they really showing their stuff here in the search. Is Bio.
The bomb as well, 13 seconds left. I mean, at this point, Bio, I mean, you got to try and find him, and you're going to run out of time here, or are you? He spots him, but just not quite enough on the clock.
And it took them to get one, but they weren't quite able to convert it. What? Okay.
I'll get the first, but yeah, this is not exactly the cleanest round. He gets the second one, not the number 3.
It's in one of those situations where it's so big. It's going to be a fast play, though, on this one. It might be a 5-second round. A lot of players here. A lot of arrows. What a nade from Asylum.
It's a much-needed round on the defense for them. I feel like if they lose that one, that's probably just the map.
That nade over the top, I was about to say. Diff snipes another one down.
It feels like it's going to go down to Frost if you could find something here, but now it's going to be Llama on that pinch. He's going to get spotted. Should be the trade. Another 4v2 situation. Bomb will get planted at the very least, but now just, I mean, up to Kurz. Kurz should be falling here momentarily. Low HP. He'll get chased. Extend this round if you're Kurz. We saw him in the last one. Two kills for
Asylum. Does get foul, or apologies, finds one there onto Llama instead. So Diff trades one back, but Staria still with the numbers and looking to push to another round.
Wow.
You have a chance to end it. Well, you spot everything you could hope for. You find makes the situation so much worse. Couple out towards the outside. Wait, you're actually going to get a one? Where's the other one?
Diffy, Bio, 1v1 for the map. Diffy got the AR, so does Bio, so it's going to be a battle of who can claim the timing, and it's looking like Bio has the timing, just needs to play the bomb now. Does he go for the chase? Looks like he will, and it's Diffy.
Yeah, it's that one. Llama actually finds that player in pursuit, so it's down to Diffy to try to cause some problems, get some help, and just slams that one home. I don't know how that gets away with that so easily.
Look at this. Number 1, number 3 already through toward A. In your spawn, you could definitely put this one in if you are King's Order. Diffy finds the critical one. One more to beat. Kurz goes huge, but Llama with the trade on the pistol.
Responding to situations quickly really has a big advantage as Koala. We'll be able to clean up Bio there. Still Asylum. Oh, it gets ripped as well. Really good kills there from Koala. And the third one goes off the map, so might have 1, maybe 2 more kills up here, and it's another one. It's that 4-0 half that is so lauded, so beautiful, and there it goes. They're going to stall it for a moment. King's Order that are really establishing that major control. Hello and welcome everyone back to some K7 playoff action. We got an absolute thriller tonight. It's the King's Order Fratricide special. This is going to be an absolute banger. My name is Graf. I'm joined by Clam.
I'm doing great. Good to be back for another day of playoff action. And we're already on into the action. Surprise, surprise. We'll see a King's Order matchup tonight. This time it's purple versus white. We saw white, take on Starion the other night, and they took care of him in a 3-0 fashion. We'll see if they're going to be able to do the same with King's Order Purple, their brother-sister org here. Should be a good one.
Yeah, I mentioned, when I saw the matchup on paper last night, it can be fun to watch two teams that surely just know each other quite well. I don't know exactly how much they scrim against each other, but I'd assume it's at least an all right amount. As, they're not, massively disparate in skill by any means, despite their seeding being a bit different. On the P1, nothing, super crazy going on. It's just King's Order White maintaining these P2 sides, which is really important, but it looks like I believe colors are backwards on our end for the moment. We'll get that swapped up as soon as we can.
I think they're right for me. There we go. Yeah, I think they're good. King's Order Purple going to be in your red. Actually, yeah, you're right. The colors are flipped on the kill feed. I just noticed. So yeah, we'll get the colors flipped. Thank you, production. You were right. You were spitting, Graf. My apologies. I'm still trying to lock it in for this one, but so far it is King's Order Purple with a fragile lead going into P2 here. King's Order White in the back, trying to look for a break attempt here. You can't hold this from the front. If you just get the kills, you can funnel them in the back, and there you go. Off the ropes, Mansions, Steve-O combined for 3, and it's going to be a clean hold.
Yeah, a little bit interesting to see. Diff still on the doorstep, but gets pretty easily taken down. Couple more coming in from Couches. One kill one way, a couple on the other. Still pretty awkward in the feed. King's Order White get the majority of those kills. Steve-O was making it awkward there towards the end, but you will be able to still lock down the good amount of that time. So, we're going to be tied up heading into P3, and the big thing to me, at least so far, is there's just not been a lot of points on the board.
Yeah. Kind of surprising, but it is what it is. There's a lot of contest time. These are two good teams. You're seeing a lot of contest time, especially on that P1. Not a whole lot of time really going either team's direction, and that can happen sometimes. You don't have a clean setup on P1. It can get scrappy, but we're heading into the third hill as well. It's going to be King's Order White getting the trades here, 3 dead, and now a chance for them to get some of this much-needed hill time. They're down a little bit, but not a lot. We'll see if they're able to hold a decent chunk of change here, because if they can get an early lead here, that would be really beneficial going forward.
Yeah, Bullcut Matt spots that player in the cruddy spot, and Llama will eventually get rooted on out. Bullcut Matt pushes on through and gets that one, swaps to the pistol for another. So nice little break there at a King's Order Purple. 20 seconds still to fight for. Oh, they spawn them on new though. Awkward spawn, no one blocking. They're going to get punished big time here, potentially over towards P4.
Matt's still frying, but yeah, lost his whole roster. They're going to be suffering on this rotation, but we'll see how quickly they can break this. It's not like they're put in the box as of yet. You got 2 players pushing through Dojo. It's going to be Mansions and Matt. We'll see if they can find anything on this crossfire. First one's going to fall. You got Diffie in the back to try and play for spawns. Diffie's going to help him out on his boy, but they just get ripped. They just get absolutely destroyed on that one, Graf. And I talked about it a second ago. I thought it was going to be a decent hold, but how quickly the turntable's there, and it's going to be purple in the point now.
Yeah, that goes just about as well as it could have. One player in position, looks for both and finds it. Stewie gets those, as now this could go from bad to worse pretty quick. You got Tip on the doorstep, looking to try to shut things down, but can't get number 2. So good response once again around Sad Dragon. And Stewie all the way in the back just makes it another 2. Nice and easy cleanups, and it feels like just a lot of these recent kills have just been King's Order White just running in, and they just can't find any of the players on ahead of you right now.
They're just getting outslayed at the moment. Steve-O 16 and 8, Bullcut Matt double pause, Stewie just about double pause as well. Look at the streaks as well, 6, 4, and 3 for each of the purple players right now. Finally, they're going to shut down one, but Matt closing in on that Hellstorm missile as well. We'll see if he's able to earn it, as it's going to be King's Order Purple with, a pretty comfortable lead going into our second set of hills here.
Yeah, Eternals is going to be the one watching that Couches wrap. There's one in Make It 2 towards that broken side. They should all get pretty much cleaned up. Good sequence there from King's Order White. They do a good job of holding their backs, and they're going to maintain P2 side here. So, if they want to try to make their way back into this one, this is definitely the place where it's got to start, because the latter half of hills just really did not go their way last time. They got to be careful. Couple aggressing up here. If they get cleaned out, they might get flipped here.
Hellstorm. Yeah, Hellstorm's going to come down. Matt's not going to find anything, but he'll clear him off the point at the very least here. So King's Order Purple will touch the time with about 20 left to claim here. It's going to be King's Order White pushing forward to try and get them off, but the mid-cut push not being watched currently. Map for 2. They're pushing forward aggressively. The spawns might just flip here, and that's going to be a 4 dead and picture perfect time to break as Purple strike.
Yeah, wow. About as perfect as you'll get it. You get all the P1 time there as well. Now you really have a chance to keep things in front of you and really keep it going out of control. I mean, you just have so much map control. The player couches get shut down there. And I think after that first kill, I'd like to see them slow down a touch. I think that's one of the things I'm noticing with King's Order White. I think they're going a little too fast. They feel like they need to keep pace. I understand that, but they're just running into these irons and getting gunned.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, honestly, to try and, you know, get some gunfight wins going your way. Sometimes you need to speed up. Sometimes you need to slow down. And so far, I mean, it's been Purple just playing better as a unit and just winning the gunfights individually as well. So that could be a deadly combination. We'll see if White can step it up here. They're going to get a couple of kills in hill, but Mansions cleans up the low player. One more to find, but Diff is going to take him down, but not out of the woods yet. He needs to find a couple of more off a spawn. Diff for 3, 5 spree for him. He'll claim the scrap time, but it's going to need to be more than that. You got to try and rotate as a unit here and break this P3.
Yeah, a lot of players on over there. Just Diff holding that scrap. They did a good job on the P2 to try to pull back on into this as they get a couple in the feed, and now they're even looking to expand over towards that P4 positioning. Got to be a little bit careful on these routes as we'll see Diff reposition over back towards mid and look to rip a couple of those players. But, I mean, even just forcing them away for this long, some awkward splits, some parallels in the spawns there as well. You'll flip towards P4 and all of a sudden, I mean, King's Order White are right back in this.
Yeah, I mean, it can just take a couple sequences, really, a couple of key gunfights that, you know, in the middle of the map. If you win them, you can get yourself back into the game. And so far, Diff going big. And big reason why King's Order White are back into it right now, and they're gonna get the flip as well. So I mean, this is honestly picture perfect. Nice adjustments really from White going into new. They need to win this initial wave of gunfights. It's gonna be Eternals caught off guard, not quite ready for the aggression. King's Order Purple, all 4 members already here trying to get the trades coming on through. We'll see if they're able to find him. Diffie in the back trying to play his life, but it's gonna be Matt on the front of the hill, gets the initial blood. Llama's gonna fall as well. Now just Diff left to pick up the pieces in the back. He will fall, but at least the spawns are still close here for White. They can still have a chance, but just not winning as many gunfights as you need them to right now.
Yeah, they can get put in the blender here as well. They can just get completely ironed in on, and there's not a lot you can do. You can hold the close contest time, but they know exactly where you're at, and Stewie's going to convert on that so often. Even the Charles there with the pistol, just so quick. Masons gets that response, and it is still King's Order White. I mean, they do a good job of continuing the flood. That's part of the thing of, you know, this time they pick up the pace a little bit. They have, you know, the appropriate spawns to do so, and they pick up, you know, quite a bit of this time. Still fighting for the later ends of it. Steve-O does find that kill. A little bit of a lift there from Llama. Gotta be careful still towards Old, but it is time to go back to P1.
And I mean, hey, dead even heading into our third and final set of rotations here. That is one hell of a comeback from King's Order White here. Just about tied, and we'll see who's going to claim a victory in this map number 1. This is going to be a huge map for momentum as well, and we'll see. I mean, King's Order Purple, they started off incredibly hot in the slaying department, seem to have cooled a little bit. White starting to pick up the foothold in the slaying department in this match, and we'll see if they're able to push on through. King's Order White will have the spawns, but it's just going to be a contest fest on this P1.
Ooh, good nade. That might actually secure yourself some control. King's Order White, they are here to play. Couple hitting that route. Good nade from Stewie, but you lose Steve-O at the same time. Now over towards mid-cut. Those 2 players are able to get into position. One spotted. I don't know if the second one was for sure, and Stewie just gets a free timing to walk out there. Trade comes through regardless. Good extra kill there from Eternals. All down to Steve-O to stop this time from going red, and they'll do so perfect. Good 2 in the feed, and it is still King's Order Purple. They show they're here to play.
Yeah, they're still in this one. It's still anyone's map up for grabs at the moment. King's Order White gonna be on new. They have a pretty good setup as well with 5 seconds left. I mean, look at how far away Purple is at the moment. This nade might just find a home. Mansions with some shots is gonna land. Eternals trying to slither away. He will get around the corner. He's gonna try and buy some time for his teammates in the back here in a decent spot, but he'll get red. Mansions and crew in the back. Llama with an L nade has to back on up and help his teammates toward the side door, but King's Order White just winning the gunfights at the moment, and I love this route from Llama, just gonna repinch the flankers coming in, but he's gonna get red. Mansions for 2 on the 3 spree, try to break, and it's Mansions for 4 of them in a row, and it's gonna be purple with the break.
4 still, but you're still down more or less guaranteed by the end of this hill. You can try to draw level best you can, but King's Order White right on the doorstep looking for everything. They pick up 3 once again. It's just Matt in the back. Will spawn the team on top of him, but I don't know if you're really that happy about that. You got to make it all the way over to this P3 still. You're going to get caught on that rotation over. You're only going to really have 10 seconds of leeway on a hill like P3. That just does not feel like enough. You got to dig in your heels here real big.
Yeah, Hellstorm coming down as well. Diff earned that one, going on a huge spree, and we'll see if he's able to make an impactful play with it. At the very least, gets them off time for the moment. Look how far away they are waiting for that Hellstorm to land. That gives King's Order White the go button. They only need about 7 seconds of time. They're going to be on the hill. Volcut, you got to go huge here. He gets the first one, lines them up, can't find the second. It's just going to be up to Stewie to try and find any sort of contest time, and it's going to be too little, too late. And King's Order White, man, I don't know what's going on with this team the past few days, but they are absolutely shooting. Started off a little slow in that one, but they came roaring back, and they will take a map number 1. Oh my goodness.
Wow. I mean, that is a interesting first map to say the least. I'll be honest, you know, not a lot of matches going the way I've been predicting, at least in my head, and this is maybe, you know, maybe chief among them. I know we saw them take down Staria yesterday, but yeah, I would have thought, you know, a little bit more familiarity would potentially work against them, but it just feels like they come out a little hotter towards the second half of that map, especially. I mean, there was a pretty sizable lead early for Purple, especially at the end of the, you know, first 5 or so hills. They were, you know, pretty dialed in, and I thought they were going to start, you know, really putting the pedal to the metal, but King's Order White, they did really, really well to stay in this game, especially the P4s, I think were, you know, generally the hill that they really excelled on, and that's so big on a map like 10.
Yeah, they were getting outslayed on this P4. I mean, just look at, they're just running into the funnel, but they still somehow managed to make it scrappy here. They were able to get a decent amount of time, and I feel like that was kind of the difference for me was, you know, you were getting outslayed at the start, but you still made it somewhat competitive on those hills where you were getting outslayed. And I feel like once King's Order White started to kick up in the slaying department, once they got the setups, they locked down the majority of the time with not a ton of contest time from the side of Purple. So big difference for me in map number 1, and King's Order White will be taking the 1-0 edge in this first one. A tough battle going forward. We're going to have Fringe S&D coming up next as well. And I will say, King's Order Purple, definitely some S&D players on this roster, so they have a chance to potentially take map number 2 as well and equalize the series here.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, you know, we saw that Fringe, we saw that exposure yesterday. They both looked pretty good for the side of King's Order White. So, you know, I don't think you can ever really feel too comfortable in this position if you're Purple, but I think we're going to set it to a quick break here. I'm super excited to see how specifically this Fringe goes in map number 2. Yeah. Could decide everything. Don't go anywhere. But you will be able to still lock down a good amount of that time. So, I mean, we're going to be tied up heading into P3, and yeah, Volcut Matt spots that player in the cruddy spot, and Llama will eventually get rooted on out. Volcut Matt pushes on through and gets that one, swaps to the pistol for another. Couple aggressing up here. If they get cleaned out, they might get flipped here.
Hellstorm. Yeah, Hellstorm's going to come down. Matt's not going to find anything, but he'll clear him off the point at the very least here. So King's Order Purple will touch the time with about 20 left to claim here. It's going to be King's Order White pushing forward to try and get them off, but the mid-cut push not being watched currently. Map for 2. They're pushing forward aggressively. The spawns might just flip here, and that's going to be a 4 dead. Ryan, you know, get some gunfight wins going your way. Sometimes you need to speed up. Sometimes you need to slow down. And so far, I mean, it's been Purple just playing better as a unit and just winning the gunfights individually as well. So that could be a deadly combination. We'll see if White can step it up here. They're going to get a couple of kills in hill, but Mansions cleans up the low player. One more to find, but Diff is going to take him down, but not out of the woods yet. He needs to find a couple of more off a spawn here, trying to get the trades coming on through. We'll see if they're able to find him. Diffy in the back trying to play his life, but it's going to be Matt on the front of the hill. Gets the initial blood. Llama's going to fall as well. Now just Diff left to pick up the pieces in the back. He will fall, but at least the spawns are still close here for White. They can still have a chance, but just not winning as many gunfights as you need them to right now.
Yeah, they a little bit. They have, you know, the appropriate spawns to do so, and they pick up, you know, quite a bit of this time. Still fighting for the later ends of it. Steve-O does find that kill. A little bit of a lift there from Llama. Gotta be careful still towards Old, but it is time to go back to P1. You lose Stevo at the same time. Now over towards mid-cut. Those two players are able to get into position. One spotted. I don't know if the second one was for sure. And Stewie just gets a free timing to walk out there. Trade comes through regardless. Good extra kill there from Eternals. All down to Stevo to stop this time from going red.
And we are back with map number 2. A little quick update off stream on the other winners match on the semifinals. It's Evasive Elite going up against Crybor, Avalanche, and Evasive. I mean, they took a comfortable map number 1, 250 to 85 in that one. That one going on simultaneously with our match as well. So we'll try and keep you updated on that series as we get more info. But already off to the races, it's going to be Matt with a nice little double kill in the side room, leading Llama last alive in the 1v3 here. Gets the first, so a little bit more manageable of a position with a little over a minute to play. And, well, now he's going to get cut down in his tracks, so no time at all.
Yeah, we saw, again, you know, I mentioned it before, I'll say it again. We saw this map yesterday between King's Order White and Staria. I will say, you know, by no means did King's Order White look bad on that map. I think it was just, there were a couple of plays that I saw that map that left me head scratching for sure. So I think the big thing in this one, you know, you can afford to make some mistakes in the search, but there were some big ones yesterday by both squads. I think any mistakes of that caliber are going to be an instant round on the board for the other team.
And we'll see if, you know, which team makes the least mistakes. I feel like that can be a common theme in Search and Destroy. Who makes the least amount of mistakes here? It's going to be Stewie looking for some shots toward mid-map. He'll spot Llama, but no damage has been inflicted yet. Still a slow approach. Just kidding. Llama just going to push aggressively up tracks. Gets instantly dealt with. Matt with a nice little angle from the window there. And King's Order Purple now have a lot of time, a lot of space to work with as Mansions gets the second.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that play from Llama. Diff gets taken down as well, and, I mean, you can almost kiss this round goodbye. Diffy up close, gets a good timing, though, and just like that, turns it into a 1 versus 2. Would need the ace to pull through this one, though, and Diffy gets lost again, the exact same route, and is behind these players now. Oh, boy. I don't know if Diffy maybe saw a name tag there. It doesn't feel like he did. Or you'd be hot back on the heels, so you will be able to get this bomb plant down. That should stabilize the situation, but things have already kind of got out of hand from where they were.
I mean, he could definitely still clutch this. A lot of time to work with. We'll see if he could find this first initial kill toward Barn. He's going to have to check the corner. Will he find him? It looks like he will. Another one's going to fall. 1v1. Diffy versus Mansions. The sub versus AR difference might come into play here. If Diffy can get a timing on tracks, it might just be all over, but Mansions playing this one slow. Hasn't really moved yet, so he could potentially get flanked. I'm curious if he's worried about the flank coming through, but Diffy might just run straight into him. It's going to come down to timing here. Mansions holding his iron, holding his nerve here, and he will collect a round, but that got a little scary there. Diffy almost made some magic happen. I mean, we saw him yesterday pull off in a crazy clutch as well.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, going back to the start of this round, though, is with the setup you had for King's Order White, considering how crazy Diffy went, you know, this should have been your round, but you know, we saw that aggression over towards tracks from Llama that, you know, I don't know if I'm a huge fan of. They had one player pushed all the way out on the other side, and feels like you don't really need to gamble for that map positioning as we get another look at that one from Diffy. I mean, that's just a great shoulder. But this last one, I mean, just a bit unfortunate. Even still, heading into this next one, I mean, it's already a 2-round lead on the board. Can't let things get out of hand too quick as Eternals will find that first blood.
There you go. First one collected. Now, what did King's Order White decide to do with it? They got 3 players toward the track side, but the bomb is in 10. Looks like Llama's going to get aggressive, and that's going to be bomb dropped, and nobody really there to I don't know exactly what the strat call was there, but leaving Llama on an island with the bomb, not exactly ideal. Now King's Order Purple have 2 players here stacked up. They have bomb down. It's going to have to be some quick trades for King's Order White here into 10. Another one's going to fall toward mid-map, 2 for 2 now. One last push on the front side. Diffy's going to get taken care of. Eternals left to clean up his teammates' mess here. Shots are going to land. 18 HP. He'll wiggle on out, but a lot of work to do.
That's fantastic play there from the behind of the box from Matt. Knows that they just gotta try to find that one and reset. They do it beautifully. Bomb still down, and I mean, that feels like the linchpin moment of this round. Eternals able to grab an upgrade, but the issue is they know he's got to come back, so they can just stay nice and ironed up. And just like that, it's 3, and it feels like we have seen a couple of pretty distinct mistakes early. You know, I don't want to dog on him because he had a great series yesterday, but Llama here just, I mean, kind of throws this round.
Yeah, I don't know what I guess the play call was. Maybe they thought after they got that pick that they would rotate toward B, but you got the pick in the A bomb site. So the fact that, maybe he's going toward A, only assuming one's there, they just stack the site, and just maybe unfortunate read for King's Order White there as they find themselves down in the hole. But I mean, they're not out of it yet. We saw them make a comeback in the HP as well. So I mean, we'll see if they're able to do it in search. 3 rounds, not exactly ideal, but you can make something happen. It's going to be Eternals on the boomstick as well. We'll see if we can find a pick with it.
A couple over towards tracks quick. Good shots there from Mansions. It is Llama with the trade, though. Smoke goes down, and that means things get awkward. Stewie able to catch that aggression towards the other side. That leaves Diffie in a really tough spot right now. A lot of players bearing in. Finds the first kill. Down to Stewie and Bulkup Matt versus Llama and Diffie now. And that second player finds the route and finds the kill. Llama in late has a great timing here. Does still get found, and that's a lot of damage to try to fight back from. So it's another one on the board. 4 in a row is crazy to me.
Yeah, this is what I was worried about going into S&D against Purple. I know these guys great S&D players, so I mean, going up against the white team, it might be a bit of a difference, in the play style and the way they approach things. I feel like so far King's Order Purple just playing as a unit, fast together, getting the trades, and I feel like Bullcut having a great map as well, 7-2 for him right now. And yeah, not a whole lot Llama can do with the AR in that position. It's a tough to try and retake this bomb site with an AR in hand. Sliding around can be difficult, but yeah, I mean, 4 rounds straight for Purple. Looking poised to close this one out here early, Graph.
Yeah, I'd say this is a must-win round for King's Order White if they want to stay in this one. They get the first blood, but that hasn't really converted well for them so far. There's 2 in response. Diffie does take the numbers back to even footing, but with a number of kills already on the board, there's only a minute left, and you do have an under-defended B side, but Steve-O knows it and is getting all kinds of space and formations to try to convert off of here. And that one-shot mid, Steve-O's in a god spot right now.
It should be guaranteed 1 if the timing works. Did they not see him? They must have. Yeah, Diffie does spot him, so Mansion's now left to pick up the pieces, 1v2. Just when you think the God route works out for you, how COD timing works for you, and it will be the first one for King's Order White. So avoid disaster, and that was one I feel like you pointed out they needed to win that one. I feel like they needed to win a couple of the other ones, to be honest. But, I mean, it starts with 1 here. We'll see if they can build off that.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, these rounds have just been so weird. We've seen so many first bloods for King's Order White, and they've just not been able to convert the way, I've come to expect. Obviously, they find this one. I'm going to be honest. It's criminal that Steve-O doesn't get 1 here. I think the timing there is just very unfortunate, yeah. But I mean, I think it's been at least 2-3, maybe 3-2 on first bloods, and you're only able to find 1 round on the board so far. So we see that sniper out early towards mid, as it so often does, but when you don't see anything initially, good to swap on back. Diff, couple of good shots, but no kill, no dice. Need to fall. Oh, that'll be good for the money. There we go. Another first blood for King's Order White.
Yeah. That's one that they needed to get here, and they have quite a bit of map positioning. They only have 1 player toward A, so Eternals could get overwhelmed if they decide to go the other direction, but Llama's going to get a kill, and he drops the bomb as well, so a great start for King's Order White. The nade, the kill coming through, but Steve-O and crew, they do isolate Eternals. That's what I was worried about on this A site, so at least getting a number back, and now King's Order Purple, I mean, they're trapped in the A bomb site, and they don't have the bomb here, so it's going to be a tough round for them to claim here, but King's Order White, they don't know that they have the bomb down. They're going to flood it anyway, though. Doesn't matter. They use their numbers to perfection there. Matt for the 1v3. Poor timing, death timing, and taxes is all it's going to remain. And 2 in a row now. King's Order White getting it done.
A couple of rounds in a row can be really nice to pull you back into this one. It's been a great performance so far from Diffie. This map, it's really felt like, these rounds, they've been awkward. They've been mixy. We see up here, Steve-O, I mean, like you said, just gets completely overwhelmed and obliterated there. And I think the numbers play has been, not exactly lacking from King's Order White, but I think their ability to isolate kills on the map has just been, awoken in these last couple of rounds a little bit more. It's one of the big things on Fringe, in my opinion, with such an open map with, those more defined lanes.
It's going to be a double hit through. I don't know if they're going to read this as well. I mean, yeah, now that you lost your first member, this is going to be a fast, aggressive hit. Eternals, you have a lot of work to do, but the timing not working out for him at the moment. Just ring around the rosy with a couple of players, and I'm not even sure if they know they're through here. So Llama could get shot in the back for absolute free 99 here. Number 6 is going to see him. Matt for the tracks is going to get one, but Eternals is there for the cleanup crew. So Savior in this one. 2v2 now. Arrows still all over the place.
Ooh, Eternals catches that timing as well. Steve-O's got an idea that there might be one tailing him, but I don't think realizes it exactly on this timer. Might have heard that reload. Steve-O's hunting. Should find it. There's the one. Can you make it 2? Llama can't find that trade. And just like that, it's a map point.
And that's around that, you know, King's Order White. They could have potentially pulled out there. I really thought it was going to be Purple closing that round early, but just some crazy timings. This entire map so far has just been some wild timings on the mini map. That's why I tend to avoid this one for the most part, but it can be a fun one for sure. And it's going to be map point now for King's Order Purple, but we'll see if they're able to get it done. They've looked good so far in the search, playing as a unit more so than White has, and we'll see. I mean, White, you know, back's against the wall now. You want to try and pull this one out.
This is going to be the first of quite a few rounds in a row that you're going to have to bring home if you're King's Order White, but I mean, hey, if it's a map like Fringe, anything's possible. Diff going to be the only one over there, but yeah, just gets taken down on weak side. So now bomb will go down. You're going to have to find this post plant. You've lost a lot of the space that you had. They're really set up in this post plant. This should be near impossible. Matt with that one as well. You will clear the player out of Boulder. Eternals gets that one, but just like that, it gets all shut down. So, I mean, exactly what you said comes to fruition. This King's Order Purple team just looks completely dialed in the search and destroy. As now we head to exposure for that overload. I mean, I think to me, I think the exposure we got to see yesterday isn't exactly the best signifier, so I don't have a ton to work off of.
Yeah, not a ton of data. I don't know, maybe that was just a fluke map that we spectated yesterday or not, but they did look good on it yesterday, I will say. I mean, you know, maybe not the best, you know, competition they were up against yesterday in that game type in particular, but we will be tied, so we will be guaranteed map number 4 as well. So a couple of respawns back-to-back coming up. We got Exposure, we got Colossus, and then potentially that Den S&D as well if we need to go map 5. So should be an interesting one. We got, you know, a tied-up ball game here. I wouldn't be surprised if this one does go all the way toward map 5. And, you know, quick update for our other match as well. Looks like it's going to be tied 1 apiece there as well. It was going to be Crybor Avalanche taking that S&D 6-3 as well. So a couple of banger series we got on our hands, but we're going to set it to a quick break while we get that map number 3 locked and loaded. We'll be right back here in a minute. Llama, but no damage has been inflicted yet. Still a slow approach. Just kidding. Llama just going to push aggressively up tracks. King's Order Purple now have a lot of time, a lot of space to work with as Mansions gets the second.
Almost kissed this round goodbye. Diffie up close, gets a good timing though to pull through this one though, and Diffie gets lost again, the exact same route, and is behind these players now. Oh boy. I don't know if Diffie maybe saw a name tag there. It doesn't feel like he did.
He could definitely still clutch this. A lot of time to work with. We'll see if he can find this first initial kill toward Barn. He's going to have to check the corner. Will he find him? It looks like he will. Another one's going to fall right into him. It's going to come down to timing here. Mansions holding his iron, holding his nerve here. And
it's already a 2-round lead on the board. Can't let things get out of hand too quick as Eternals will find that first blood.
That's what White decided to do with it. They got 3 players toward the track side, but the bomb is in 10. Looks like Llama's going to get aggressive, and that's going to be bombed. He's going to get taken care of. Eternals left to clean up his teammates' mess here. Shots are going to land. 18 HP.
And a couple over towards tracks quick. Good shots there from Mansions. It is smoke goes down, and that means things get awkward. Stewie, a lot of players bearing in, finds the first kill. Down to Stewie and Bulk Up Matt versus Llama and Diffie now, and that second player finds the route and finds the kill. Llama in late has a great timing here. Does still get found, and that's a lot of damage to try to fight back from. So it's I'd say this is a must-win round for King's Order White if they want to stay in this one. They get the first blood, but that hasn't really converted well for them so far. There's 2 in response. Diffie, Duffed, and you do have an under-defended B side, but Steve-O knows it and is getting all kinds of space and formations to try to convert off of here. And that one-shot mid, Steve-O's in a god spot right now.
It should be guaranteed 1 if the timing works. Did they not see him? They must have. Yeah, Diffie does spot him, so Mansion's now left to pick up the pieces.
You don't see anything initially. Good to swap on back. Diff, couple of good shots, but no kill, no dice. Need to fall. Oh, that'll be good for the money.
Round for them to claim here, but Kings Order White, they don't know that they have the bomb down. They're going to flood it anyway, though. Doesn't matter. They use their numbers to perfection there. Matt for the 1v3. Poor timing. I mean, yeah, now that you lost your first member, this is going to be a fast, aggressive hit. Eternals, you have a lot of work to do, but the timing not working out for him.
Welcome back, everyone. Map number 3 here on Exposure Overload, and at least through the first two, we stay even. It was the Exposure Overload that closed out last series that we saw between Kings Order White and Staria last night with an 8-0. I don't know if I expect that here, but it does still go to show that Kings Order White are more than comfortable on this map.
Yeah, I would be shocked if we see another 8-0 in this series in particular, especially you know, in the way things happen. They might go. You never know. I mean, you never know what could happen. It looks like Kings Order Purple gonna have 3 dead, have a chance now to push forward. Llama gonna play some good defense, gets that player. So I mean, they do get on the board first, but a good answer back on the defense at the very least here. But I mean, hey, yeah, you know, we called them out a little bit, maybe no 8-0, but they instantly score. So I don't know what's gonna happen.
No, I still agree, though. I don't think it'll be an 8-0, but they score real quick, that's for sure. So it is still an opportunity, but it is Mazen's up close. Going to get easily found. Both of those subs just going to tear you to pieces. You almost turn around in time for Stevo. Those bullets in them, honestly, makes it a lot easier to clean up. So you're not complaining about that one bit. Kings Order Purple still in the lead by 1 at the moment. Good kill from Eternals on the front end, though. Gotta find this last player. All down to Masons and Stevo on the defense. Llama finds one, and that might be all it takes. Tries to go high. And the trade will still come through, but you're still on the goal line looking in, and you will tie us up just like that.
And there you go. We're looking at a competitive overload, and I honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. This is such a fun game mode when the teams are close in skill, close in, you know, the way they're effectively working on the minimap as a unit. I feel like, you know, we saw Kings Order Purple in that search work well together, but we saw it yesterday. White, definitely no slouches in this particular map and mode in the teamwork department, close to the goal line as well. Mansion's looking for it, but Diffie shuts it down, but Stewie is there for the cleanup. Just one too many members for White to deal with it. It'll be a 2-1 ball game.
Yeah, it's just a good play there from Purple. They get an odd man rush going. They wait for their 4th to hit a route. They spawn out towards B. Catch 1, catch 2. There's the point. You just trade down from there, and that's just sometimes how you got to play this overload. Especially on a map like this, you can get lost in mid real easy a lot of the time. But another good opportunity here for Kings Order White to try to find this response in towards B. Llama's going to get cleaned up pretty quick, though, and that means that's going to get a lot harder. So yeah, they're all going to get cleaned out. Diff gets found as well. So Kings Order Purple back on offense, and they spawn far side, so they're going to be gifted a bit of map control here.
Potential mind games coming through as well. Purple gonna slow the pace down to a crawl with the drone, maybe bait some players forward. You got 1, you got 3 in your base. It's gonna be Mansions and Matt. They just clean house there. I mean, just do all the heavy lifting. Stevo doesn't even get into a gunfight for the free cap. 3-1 now, and it might be Purple starting to run away with it.
And gotta be careful. I mean, still can't run away with it too much. Only the first half, and they might hit that scoring limit right here. Yeah, they will. Wow. When they get set up, they just look completely untouchable there. So fantastic first half from Kings Order Purple. They, you know, they come out swinging on that one. It felt like, you know, that map 1 sort of got away from them a little bit more than they even expected. So I think they've settled into the series quite nicely. Still got to be careful in this second half, but taking a 3-point lead into Exposure second half, and, you know, especially with how fast you did it,
yeah,
surely can't feel too bad.
Literally just blistering speed in this first one. We didn't even need to see all 5 minutes. I don't even think we really even need to see more than just 2.5 there. That was a quick half for sure. Good start from the Purple, and we'll see if they can keep going forward with the slang. And Kings Order White, I mean, I feel like so far this series, if it's proven anything, they are the king of slow starts, but we'll see if they can finish strong here. They still have about 5 minutes to prove us wrong in this one. It's going to be the first blood double for Diff, as it's going to be go button time. There you go. 3 dead, guaranteed score. And just a mirror image of what we saw in the first half.
That was even faster than the first half. That was, I think, maybe one of the fastest caps I've seen on this map.
Yeah,
period.
I think that was 18 seconds, right? Something like that.
Yeah, it was real quick, that's for sure. Now, on the other way, though, Odd Man Rush looking to come through. Look at that number 3 player. Matt, the last one to try to flank him on, but it's Mazons that finds them both. So both teams putting a score on the board in the first 45 seconds is not something I had on my bingo card, especially, but still a 3-goal game.
All Jets, no breaks so far, say both of these teams. They just want to get this map over with, apparently, as King's Order Purple get the counter cap pretty quickly as well. Diffie on the drone reset, looking for a 1. He's going to find it. 2 are going to fall. And now King's Order White have a chance to push forward, get some scoring potential as well for themselves. I mean, down about 3, but still a lot of time to play with, so we'll see if they can utilize their time well here. Diffie caught in transition, though. The drone toward top window, though. I'm not sure if I love that route, but the Hellstorm is going to be coming on in, forces them inside, so King's Order Purple forced to invest that Hellstorm early into this half.
Yeah, they do stop that one from really getting any worse. Good kill there onto Eternals really mops things up. So now at least you've got everyone in front of you, and one falling off over towards wall bounce is a little bit tough, but you know, c'est la vie. Diffie's in a great spot to look to cut down some of these players. Question is, can you pick your targets well enough? You see one underneath, but the other turns around. Still 3 for 1 in the feed, make it 4. So you're going to start sprinting in towards the portal. 2 spawn in, 2 spawn out. We'll one a little bit further back, but even still in positions nonetheless. How does Eternals just run that all the way through? Wait, what?
Just got the timing window, man. Just jets. That's all you needed. Just the turbo jets turned on. He just sprints it down, doesn't hesitate, gets the score before the reinforcements are there. And now we have a 2-score ball game. Still 2.5 to play, but the counter cap could potentially come on in. You got Mansions here. Can you cut him on the cross? One more pistol kill should just do it. And Mansions just glides across, gets the equal, or the counter cap, I should say, to maintain this 3-score possession. And I mean, just maybe some sloppy defense there from King's Order White on that reset.
Yeah, bit sloppy. And I will say, honestly, it feels like we're playing first to 8 right now. There might as well not be a timer in this overload so far, but I do have a feeling we're going to slow down a bit here. You know, whether or not that actually happens is sort of to be determined, but 2 kills in the feed, 1 traded back for the immediate retrade there. Diff does well to find that kill and stay alive, but how long you're going to be able to do that is not very. So Masons actually is able to find that second player. So you get pretty much fully rooted out, and you know, all the time on the map at this point matters for you if you're King's Order White.
Yeah, you need to get this score on this possession, and it looks like it's going to be 3 dead yet again. Diff with a nice double, but he's going to get flanked by Stevo here. Diff almost turns and burns there. Stevo low HP, but he does secure the kill. And I mean, all this time off the clock is going to matter in the end here. King's Order White, you're running out of opportunities. You're running out of space to work with as well. I mean, look at how far up King's Order Purple is. Bulk cut, Matt in your spawn. 1 more kill to find on the cross. Diff, I mean, he collects on the double. He'll stop the score from going through, and that is a huge stop coming through. I mean, you got a minute and a half to work with. You got to score on this one.
Yeah, question is, do you try to work mid? Answer looks like it's yes. They sent just Eternals to look to try to bait those players through, and they've caught everyone on the other side of the map. So Diff should be able to walk this one through as long as you can get across the gap of death, and you get a lot of help from Diffie. No. Still on the goal line. It'll sit, though, and that might just be the thing that decides this map. What a kill from Llama on the back end, but just too many arrows around you. Now, you're going to need 3 scores with under a minute to play. No device control. This one starts to go from possible to impossible real quick.
Yeah, and that's just heartbreaking coming through. You really thought that that was going to be the score to maybe, you know, get a little bit of momentum under your belt there, but just wasn't meant to be. And now, yeah, with 4 on the board, that'll be the nail in the coffin. Stevo with the double, make it a 3 spree now, will secure the victory for King's Order Purple. And, I mean, just a good map of Overload. I mean, just a fast-paced, lightning-quick Overload. We saw nobody slowing down for a moment for either of these rosters.
I think we saw both teams sort of realize defense is optional.
It's overrated.
Yeah, overrated, optional, whatever we want to say. I mean, we didn't see a ton of it this map. I think that's for sure. But I mean, King's Order Purple, they do what they need to do here. They find their respawn. Worst case, they are gonna be able to head back to search, but it feels like they're gonna want to close it out on this next map, and they're gonna get an opportunity to do so.
Yeah, good job from Purple there. They'll take the 2-1 edge in this series. And, I mean, you know, maybe bottling that first map, this could have been a 3-0 for them as well. But they're going to be that guaranteed Colossus HP. And, I mean, I know this is a bang out. This is definitely going to be an entertaining one. I still think I have Purple probably taking this one in 4, just the way they're looking in the slaying department. It seems like they've gathered their thoughts and started to work a little bit more together now as a unit. Maybe a little bit of nerves in that first one, but we'll see if that's going to be the case. As, you know, I mean, King's Order White, they're down, but they're not out. And, I mean, this team can be clutch when required. It's just going to come down to, you know, a couple of players turning up in this one. I mean, Llama kind of having a rough series so far. Looking at him to be the guy to turn it up going forward.
Yeah, sometimes you just need a little bit more out of your big players. And I mean, we've been seeing a great series so far out of Bullcut Matt. They've been, to me, the standout for King's Order Purple so far. They've, not
Yeah, I would
had a
agree.
bad map, and they've had a couple of really great performances, especially this map. I mean, the 17-6, just being able to have that kind of impact on a sub on this map, it just means your team is probably going to win. That's just plain and simple. As long as the rest of your squad's shooting, well enough, just the amount of time you have on the map, hitting routes, forcing spawn outs, just being able to find these grimy kills that we see a lot on exposure, that's just a big thing. And it felt like that's just what they excelled at the most, at least specifically in this, specific map we see. I think yesterday, King's Order White looked, quite a bit more dialed on this map specifically.
Yeah.
I think the way they played the map was not as strong as what we saw yesterday.
I feel like it was just a difference in days. I mean, sometimes you come out, super hot, and sometimes you just come out cold. I mean, so far it's been maybe a little bit of a better performance today in their competition, I would say, from King's Order Purple than Staria yesterday. I feel like Staria just maybe had a bad day yesterday, but I mean, it is what it is. It's going to be 2-1 now for King's Order Purple, as we are already loading into our next map as well. And I did get an update off stream as well. Crybor is up 2-1 as well, if you could believe that or not, in this series, up against Evasive Elite. They took that overload. I'm not sure if it was 2-0 or 2-1. I think the stream crashed, so I'm not sure what the score was in the end there, but it was very narrow margins in the overload. So a lot of maybe upset potential today.
Yeah, a lot of something in the water, that's for sure, in this K7 playoffs. And, I sort of alluded to it. Honestly, I meant the losers bracket when I said that, we had some close matches coming up, but we've got a couple of bangers in these winter semifinals, and you can tell there's some teams that want to be able to kick their feet up and coast on in to that championship Sunday.
And we'll see. Colossus HP could be the last map for King's Order White. You got to turn up now. Backs against the wall. You want to stay in the upper bracket here. But King's Order Purple, I mean, they have been slaying so well so far. You got Stevo on the 3, looking for number 4 as well. He'll get taken down. Mansions, yeah, a little nice kill there with the flick of the wrist. It's going to be Purple on the time early here.
Yeah, huge kills on through still. Diffie and Diff are able to maintain P2's side just by being alive over there, but so far it's been a really nice amount of time from King's Order Purple. They still overwhelm, or at least they try to, over towards P2, but they don't go as coordinated as I may have liked. So they're still lacking that P2 control that I think they'd like right now, but I mean, with this much time on P1, I don't think you're really that concerned.
I mean, yeah, 40 seconds on P1, especially the first P1 is, it's rare. It's almost unheard of. I feel like I've only ever seen that a handful of times, usually when it's one team clearly outskilling the other, but I don't know. These two teams, I feel like they're pretty evenly skilled. The skill difference is pretty even, is what I'm trying to say, but I mean, yeah, King's Order Purple just taking advantage of that momentum they got from that overload, and they are not looking back, still soaking this P2 time. Bullcut map for a triple kill as well. Stewie, I mean, 8-2 start. Look at how far pushed forward King's Order Purple are. They just have a firm grasp on this map at the moment.
Yeah, Matt and Stewie had 5 streaks. Matt gets taken down. Stewie just flying out there so far in this one. 6 on the board and looking for that Hellstorm as well. Such an opportunity now for King's Order Purple. I mean, King's Order White just can't buy a point right now.
Yeah.
They've got to try to put something together, especially on this P3. I mean, they keep in mind, they had set up for P2.
Yeah,
they just got fried off of it that quick.
They just got insta-broken, and it can happen sometimes. Finally, they're going to get some time on the board here, but it is not exactly clean. They got some players spawning out as well, not blocking in the back, and they're losing gunfights in the front. Stevo does get dealt with, but the spawn flip is going to happen. At the very least, King's Order White, they are going to be close enough to reinforce, so how long can you hold this P3 setup? I mean, it doesn't matter which side you're on as long as you got the kills going your way. And so far, King's Order White, I mean, the kings of slow starts, I think, is what I'm going to coin them from now on, but they definitely can lock in when needed. We'll see if they can do it for this map.
Yeah, you got to be careful, but I mean, it's still very early days. If you're going to turn up, now would be the time. I don't think you can afford to look for big comebacks on a map like this. As Purple are still doing a good job of soaking, looking to push on in towards this P4 side. Llama grabs one, and another one from Diff will, more or less keep King's Order White locked in towards this P4. Got to be careful of Bullcut and Matt. That's a player you cannot afford to lose track of, but they track him down there. And they are looking to soak, ideally a full 60 here. They're still not even going to really be in that striking distance of the lead though, so they've got a lot still to try to pull back from.
And you can't soak from P4 though, and they have a couple of kills in the buffer to give them a little space, but they will be dealt with immediately. Llama with some shots on the tag across is able to get one through the wall, but they're just not winning the gunfights from the front. I mean, King's Order Purple just absolutely flying at you, just winning the gunfights on these critical breaks that they need to find, and they get, you know, the break with about 30 seconds left to claim here. So King's Order White, you still got to try and contest this time, and they will get a couple of kills and make it mixy here, but it's got to be a better effort going forward from this P1 onward.
Yeah, they're not even going to really be able to get that last 15 seconds, so they're going to be down almost 100. I mean, they're going to be down about 90, I suppose, heading back to this P1, and not an impossible comeback by any means, but it is a tough scene on the map. They're going to get flipped out towards P4 side as well here. I don't even think King's Order Purple realized it immediately, but they just said, hey, if that's what's going to happen, I think we're pretty happy with that. 2 from Llama does get traded down, but 3 in the feed may mean that the tides are starting to turn.
Yeah, we'll see if they can try and lock in. I mean, this is kind of how the map number 1 went. They were down about 100 points. They locked in. They won by about 10 points in the end. We'll see if they can do the same here on Colossus. Just needs the SMGs to start heating up. Llama with a double. He's a big proponent of this team. I'm looking at him to be the guy to try and carry his team forward here in this map. But we'll see if that's going to be the case. 2 falling. Matt with some nice hit markers through the wall will break the kill, or will break the hill for Purple here, but we'll see if White can try and push through toward the spawns, because they're just flooding through the front of New. Look at where number 2 is. Llama just, I mean, somehow glides through P1 unscathed.
Yeah, I don't know how, but they're not going to read Amazings in the back, so unfortunately not really able to convert that positioning into the spawns that you were hoping for. Stevo up close. Ooh, actually does get found there by Diffie. Good couple of kills before getting traded down. Still down 80 here if you're King's Order White and you lack these spawns. Llama in the back, though, looking to change at least that second part, but does still get found. So it feels like King's Order Purple, they just look a lot more dialed in these last couple of maps, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like just the slaying this whole series. I mean, you can't expect to win maps when you're getting outslayed consistently like they are. It's not by a ton, but it is by enough to where it's, you know, substantial. But White will get the break at the very least here, but they got to lock it in, man. They got to lock down the remainder of this time, and not only that, chain together a couple of hills here, and so far Eternals will give them a little bit of space to work with at the very least. They'll secure about 20 seconds of scrap time if all goes according to plan, but they got to try and set up toward New as well. They had a decent effort on the last P3. We'll see if they can lock it in for this next one as well. They're doing a decent job so far.
Yeah, they got to clear out the one-player laundry and do, but they've done well. They've brought it down to that 50-point lead, so they are within a hill, and honestly, that's all it really takes on Colossus, in my opinion. You can full 60 any of these hills if you get the setup and you're feeling it. Diffie tries to just stay alive towards bottom green. A lot of arrows headed your way, my friend, so down goes one. Second one still in position. Diffie does really well there to stay alive and get another kill. Eternals with one as well, so you do really nicely, King's Order White, to find these kills and find the time that you so desperately needed.
Yeah, and I mean, they're slowly clawing their way back into this one, slowly but surely. We'll see if they can find any more of these kills to try and push through toward New, because they need to try and flip as well. They need to soak this time and also try and claim some of this P4 as well. And I'm not going to lie, this has been a beautiful P3. You know, holding it from the unpreferred side as well. I mean, really, it doesn't really matter, I guess, which side you have, as long as you know, are getting the time in the end here. And they've cut this deficit from 100 to just about 30 here, Graf. This has been impressive.
Yeah, they're going to hit Raps now for P4 as well. Where does this player come in? All the way up towards BSMD. So they have Diffie in the back here to try to play spoiler. Finds the one kill onto that time player, and just like that, you flip them out of P4. Stevo is here quick, though, before you really get settled on in towards the hill. And tries to find that first one. Will not be able to do so. Bullcut Matt on the wrap. Will not find anything there. So King's Order White, they are just the professionals when it comes to finding their way back into these hard points.
If only they could start a series not going down 100. I wonder what they would look like. This would be crazy stuff for them if they were able to lock it in from the start here. 3 falling for Purple, and now Purple on the back foot here. I mean, just about you know, in a position to take the lead. Our King's Order White here just need to find a couple of more kills in transition, and they should be able to do so. This route from number 6 is going to be interesting here. Stevo going for a late pinch. Not sure if this is going to work out or not. He does get a double kill, but you really don't want to flip the spawns at this point. Stevo is cleaned up, and he won't, so thankfully, Purple will maintain their, you know, setup for this P1 area, but I mean, King's Order White down over 100. Now take the lead.
It's a tumultuous lead, but it feels like one that'll be better defined by the end of this P2. Feels like the team that really comes out ahead and gets a ton of time on any hill from here on out has just such a major advantage. It'll put either of these teams comfortably over 200, and at least for now, it is purple. They've done a better job soaking on the P1. Still a couple of players out towards statue bottom green area. Diff with one, Stevo trade. Eternals finds that one. The bowl cut Matt ends up with the +1. Stewie. Clean up central right now on the map as Kings Order purple. They keep the P2 side locked in. They will get broken off by white, but they still have the map control that they're really looking for.
Yeah, and I mean, so far, Kings Order Purple have done a great job of locking down P2 in particular. We'll see if that trend maintains true. They're going to be in the back. They have 3 players here. They just need to fend off some waves of gunfights and soak a decent amount of this time. We'll see what the break looks like for Kings Order White, how they elect to approach this. You got one toward boat, a couple toward mid. Looks like Llama and crew are going to push on through. They get the first one for absolutely free. Stewie may be able to get a double kill toward the side door, but there's somebody in the back he has to deal with as well. That's going to be number 4, Diff, but he remains the last player, but he'll spawn his entire roster on him. Good plays from Diff to get toward the back, just not being watched in time, and it will be the break for Kings Order White.
Now they're here, but they haven't quite fully set up. That kill should let them do exactly that. Trophy's down. It's going to get burned out in a millisecond, though. They go towards keeping you alive, so it's exactly what you put it down for, but you're gonna have to just try to lock in and find some big fights. Trophy kill to help you out. Everything right now going Kings Order White's way, as they're still looking for 20 more on this hill. They're gonna pull within 25 of the win, unless Purple has something to say about it.
Yeah, we'll see if they can lock it in. That's a crazy spawn he just got. Diffie now for the route toward new. Gets one for free, but low HP, just surrounded from all angles. Matt going for the trade, but he can't find him. It's going to be Matt, though. He does get him 11 HP. He does survive for the moment. Purple, you need to try and maintain composure here. You were up over 110. You close it out. You're on the P3 time, but Llama wins a big one. 20 HP. Mansions just laying on the time, waiting for his teammates to try and get the trade, but Llama able to get the 2-piece. He breaks the hill by his lone sub. 3 for Llama. Now 15 for the win for White.
Yeah, they find that player as well. White looking to close here. They've got them funneled exactly where they want. They just have to stand firm and win some big fights. Hellstorm's available if things go awry, but they're looking to close here, and they'll do exactly that. They're going to get a couple more in towards the point, maybe as desperation, but no, that'll do it. Kings Order White. Wow. I don't know what it is. They just continue to go down obscene amounts of points in these hard points, and then they come back and win. I'd say even, both of them weren't the least comfortable I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just incredible composure, I'm not going to lie. Going down over 100 in both the hard points and making a comeback. That's just, just clutch ability, to coin Invictus's term that he made up the word. And Kings Order White staying alive in this series. Huge performance from Eternals, as well as Llama turning up in a big way toward the latter half of that map. I wanted to see him turn up, and they did. So map number 5 on the cards as well. What a series that we've been gifted tonight. It's not typically we ever see that many comebacks in a series, especially just the deficit that they were at in both of them.
Yeah, we're going to head to Den for that ever important map number 5 on the search. And to me, it's going to be still, I think, Purple's game to win. I think they were much more convincing to me in that fringe, but this could go either way. Kings Order White, they've shown they've got that ice. They've got what it takes in this one, and they would love to be able to hang this over Kings Order Purple's head for a while. That's what they're playing for right now, it really feels like.
Yeah, and I honestly, it's too close to call, because Den is such a, I feel like a coin flip type of map for me, where it's like any team could show up on that map and take it. It's a very, I don't know, just kind of, how you feel in that type of day type of map. But it's been an incredibly close series, all things considered. It's been a couple of outliers, I guess you could say, in a couple of maps, but those hard points, man, those were where the money has been so far for Team White. And we'll see if they can take that going forward into this map number 5. I'll also update for you guys not watching the stream as well. It looks like map number 5 for Cryford and Evasive Prime or Evasive Elite as well. Wow. So we got a couple of map 5 searches. We'll be on that Den S&D right after this quick break. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you for the last map to close. Clearly outskilling the other, but I don't know. These two teams, I feel like they're pretty evenly skilled. The skill difference is pretty even, is what I'm trying to say. But Kings Order Purple just taking advantage of that momentum they got from that overload, and they are not looking back, still soaking this P2 time. Bullcut Matt for a triple kill as well. Stewie, I mean, 8 and 2 start. Look at how far pushed forward King's Order Purple are. They just have a firm grasp on this map at the moment.
Right off of it that quick.
They just got insta-broken, and it can happen sometimes. Finally, they're going to get some time on the board here, but it is not exactly clean. They got some players spawning out as well, not blocking in the back, and they're losing gunfights in the front. Steve-O does get dealt with, but the spawn flip is going to happen. They definitely can lock in when needed. We'll see if they can do it for this map.
Yeah, you got to be careful, but, I mean, it's still very early days. If you're going to turn up, now would be the time. Track them down there, and they are looking to soak. Ideally, a full 60 here. They're still not even going to really be in that striking distance of the lead, though, so they've got a lot still to try to pull back from. The one player laundry and do, but they've done well. They've brought it down to that 50-point lead, so they are within a hill, and honestly, that's all it really takes on Colossus, in my opinion. You can full 60 any of these hills if you get the setup and you're feeling it. Diffy tries to just stay alive towards bottom green. A lot of arrows headed your way, my friend. So down goes one. Second one still in position. Diffy does really well there to stay alive and get another kill. Eternals with one as well. So you do really nicely, King's Order White, to find these kills and find the time that you so desperately needed. When it comes to finding their way back into these hard points.
If only they could start a series not going down 100. I wonder what they would look like. This would be crazy. Stuff for them if they were able to lock it in from the start here. 3 falling for Purple, and now Purple on the back foot here. I mean, just about
200, and at least for now, it is Purple. They've done a better job soaking on the P1. Still a couple of players out towards statue bottom green area. Diff with one. Steve-O trade. Eternals finds that one. The Bullcut Matt ends up with the +1s. Central.
And we are back with map number 5 in what has been, I mean, really just kind of a I don't even know, just a story of a series really here. 2 of them, really. I'm surprised. I would have loved to have covered the other one as well, but I mean, we got 2 bangers on our hands. This one is going to be covered on stream. Map number 5, King's Order White versus Purple here for all the marbles to try and move on to that winner's finals. I mean, Graf, who do you got? Honestly, I'm curious.
I still think I'm going to go with Purple. Just, I liked what I saw out of their search early better, as I do believe we've got them backwards. For the moment, it'll be Purple on this attack side early. They've got bomb in hand. They haven't lost anyone early, but Llama's in a great spot mid. If they can look to activate, yep, finds that first one there. Down goes Stewie, and that's going to make this a lot harder. You've just lost all your map control but B side.
And the second one's going to fall as well. Diff gets credit for that one. Now Steve-O and Bullcut Matt to try and pick up the pieces, but I mean, Matt's, just kind of running into the blender by himself. Gets picked off as well. Steve-O for the 1v4 now. 45 to play with, but not a whole lot of options for him as well. Sniper gonna go whiz right by his skull there. Free fire for Steve-O, no ammo. And it's just a matter of time before he gets hunted down here. He does get a second one at the very least, though, so maybe some scams coming through for White here, but he should be trapped in the back of his spawn. Llama should ensure it. There we go. So we'll be King's Order White. And you know, Graf, I'll give you my prediction. I got White. They've clutched up over 100-point deficit in both the hard points. I think they got the momentum on their side after that one.
No, that's fair. 100%. I don't think there's a wrong answer to who you've got in this map 5, but at least out of the gate, it is the side of King's Order White that find that first round. And you know, what you said earlier, though, I think this map can be a bit coin flippy round by round in general. I think it's going to be a lot of trying to read where the defense is, trying to draw presence to one side. Because if you're running into 3 on this map, I mean, even if you're just god gamers, you're going to lose some players. This down goes once, Boomstick rips out.
Eternals gets credit for that one. 4v3 now. Aggression through 10, though. Is Llama going to be able to win this one or not? The shoulder comes through, but Llama, no, he doesn't win. I thought he had it dead to right. Steve-O a little late on those shots, but didn't matter. Llama a little missing coming through there. Steve-O, 3-1 start for him now, but bomb is going to get planted toward A, but Matt is right on their heels. He could definitely get a timing window here, but he's going to like to back up, wait for his team. I like the patience.
It was a really close play. This is a great nade, though. Diffy almost gets caught, and they know it.
Look at this pinch.
Going hunting is Matt. Look at Eternals, though. You call it out, and he's right there looking for the second, but he has the boomstick, so only a pistol can't find the second kill. Steve-O finds one, launches off the map, but Stewie's still alive for the defuse, so it'll be 1-1 after 2.
And if Eternals got that kill with the pistol, he would have fell off the map and lost the round. It would have been Diff going huge here. That is so unfortunate. Yeah, if Eternals had a weapon there, that would have been the round for King's Order White. Yeah, if he just wins this gunfight, yeah, Stewie, I mean, he would have been dead here, and then this trade would have came through. Steve-O would have been off the map. That's so unfortunate for White there, but that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. I like the attempt, though, from King's Order White nonetheless. They do lose the round, but it was a good effort nonetheless, and it will be one apiece here. And I'm expecting this one to go all 11 here, Graf.
I would hope for at least double digits. It's Diffie up in the close spot. Llama as well. They both just get absolutely annihilated there by Bullcut Matt. Still one to deal with in the back, and I will say, that specifically, what we just saw, I hate when players do that for no reason.
I hate it.
Still the 3 versus 1, and Diff with a lot to do as the bomb goes down. Up close, won't find the timing, and just like that, it'll be the side of King's Order Purple swiftly taking the lead.
It's such a, like, day one strat that, like, if one player loses the gunfight, you just line up and you just get double killed, and we saw that there. I mean, it's such a risky play, especially nobody watching your inner as well. I mean, you know, technically, I guess you have somebody watching your inner, but it's not exactly the best setup in the world, and King's Order White will pay the price for it. So nice job, Purple, getting it done in that one. And Stewie on the 2 spree as well. But back and forth we go. King's Order White, you know, they've had good looks on the offense so far. We'll see if they can keep it up. I'm curious if Eternals is going to keep the sniper out. I feel like he's been the only one really so far willing to even snipe in this match so far. I feel like we've seen Mansions actually whip it out as well at times. Steve-O, though, gets the first one. Aggression toward mid, shut down instantly. Diffie going to be trying to go for the trade, but he just runs into the blender. 3v2 now situation. Diff, low HP, wiggle on out of there. Matt going for the trade. And a lot of scams coming through, Grab. What is going on?
Yeah, that was just one scam, all in a row there. And Stewie finds Eternals. Trade looks to come through, but Masons is there for the refrag. So, I mean, just like that, it's a 2-round lead. It's 3 in a row, more importantly, I think, for King's Order Purple. I mean, still a close game, but if they can do that one more time, they've got this one cleaned up.
Yeah, good round for Purple to find there. That'll separate them from White a little bit more. And I always talk about that 2-round threshold, that cushion that you really need to be comfortable on the map. And I feel like so far Purple, they got that. We'll see if they can keep the momentum that they built so far. They've looked better in Search and Destroy, especially on that fringe. And Den looking more or less the same. But King's Order White not out of it. They just need to try and get some first bloods here and not scam their life away. Aggression through mid. Diff's going to spot it. And he's got to be careful here. He's on out of here.
Yeah, really got to run for the hills. And I really do like that. Diffie got to be careful as well. Server might be where these players try to crunch on through. You've got a sub exactly where you want one, but you get neither kill. Great double chow there for the side of King's Order Purple. Looking to get that bomb down. Llama will find Matt, but it's going to be that 3 versus 3 in the post plant. Can Stewie stay alive is the big question now.
Steve-O watching the spawn area. Mansions gets one off a camera. Steve-O gets cameraed, but not enough for the kill. And it's 1, 2, 3 systematic destruction. Purple, 3 straight rounds now. Take a comfortable advantage in this one. Now just 2 away from closing out this series. And honestly, what I thought might have been closed out a while ago, but so far White holding on for dear life. We'll see how much longer they can hold on, because, I mean, in Search and Destroy, they just seem to be getting outclassed.
Yeah, I felt like, I mean, especially, I had a feeling it may, you know, play out this way. I believe the fringe was the King's Order White pick, but even still, I mean, you said it before, Den can just be, you know, the more standard, the better for you if you're King's Order White, but we see the sniper come through from Mansions. We'll have an opportunity to find someone potentially towards this B side. You've got a lot of space to work off of here if you're White in this 4 versus 4 retake.
And they're going to spot him with the scope toward mid, but Matt's going to get the first blood as well. And they got them pinned toward Dojo. So numbers advantage for the retake. Purple now. How do you elect to use those numbers? Stewie getting aggressed on. No ammo in his gun. So that's an important kill for them to find on the pinch. But now they've relinquished pressure on the bomb. 2v2 situation. King's Order White. You need to try and convert this one, but that's just down the llama. Can you be the hero for your roster? Semtex not going to land. It's Steve-O with the 180. Just absolutely rips him. And it is 5-1 now. Series point for King's Order Purple.
Wow. I mean, this has been a great streak of rounds. We see Masons here. Good discipline to not get too crazy, but the big one here, I mean, we're going to see it potentially on these replays. Number 2 turns around and finds Eternals there on that wrap. I mean, that's what decides the round. Llama, after that kill rolls on through, it's such a tough spot. Doesn't expect Steve-O so quickly. And like you said, match point locked and loaded. You're going to get 5 tries at this if you're King's Order Purple. None bigger than your first.
And I think King's Order White, their first mission, you got to shut down the hot hand. Steve-O, 10-3 on the force spree. You need to get first blood here, and it would be nice if it was be on the MVP of this map so far, Steve-O. Eternals with the sniper, going to be off the mark with the smoke landing on the site. Aggression up toward mid-map from Diffie. But, I mean, honestly, King's Order Purple, they've been known to clear out these corners, but will you spot him here is really the question. Diff going to spot some shoulders toward the B-bomb site, but nothing going to land. 4v4, about a minute to play with, and King's Order White still have not found this first blood that they need.
Yeah, they've got matches all the way in the back. They are not getting flanked. Issue is with, that can be a pretty easy spot to shoulder if you know it's coming. Llama finds one toward Dojo, though. Evades a great opportunity in a trade, but Eternals flies in and finds that player regardless. So, I mean, Boltcut, Matt, and Mansions now with it all to do. They just don't clear over towards Tinside, though. So down to the 2 versus 2 we go.
Yeah, bomb never got planted, but Mansions is making up for it. Another kill, and it looks like somebody already out of the server. Diff in the 1v2. Can the pre-fire work out for you? It will not, and it's going to be King's Order Purple with probably the most dominant map in that series that we saw. I mean, I thought maybe Den was going to be a coin flip. It was not. It was a absolute beating right there. 6-1. King's Order Purple did their homework, and nice shoulders coming through from Matt there to clean out the final kill cam. And they will move on to play the winner of Crybor Avalanche and Evasive Elite here in the other winners semi-final here in a grueler of a series here, Graf.
Yeah, this was a complete grueler, and I mean, I did not think this would be a Neslo, I'll be honest. It ends up being one, but that is not what I had this series pegged for. So really, really fun one to see. I think those respawns were just crazy, honestly. I mean, with how both of those went, I think you're, I don't want to say lucky it went 5 because it was still King's Order White that performed great in both of them, but you got to be careful. You head now down to the losers bracket, and you just can't give a team down there in a 100-point lead and expect to just be able to steamroll them again like that.
Yeah, it was a tough effort in the search and destroy, especially. I mean, that can happen, right? If you're not as practiced in the search and destroy. Purple, I talked about it the whole series. I mean, S&D players on this roster for sure. These guys are so good at search and destroy, and we saw it on full display there. I feel like, especially the Den, that's a map that's been in since day one, right? And I mean, they made it look like their home, and they did a great job on it. King's Order Purple, just closing out the series in 5. It got a little mixy. I feel like the hard points, especially King's Order White, I mean, to their credit, they showed up in the big way. They started off incredibly slow, but little by little, they clawed their way back into it, but it just wasn't quite enough to get over that hump that they needed, and they will get taken down into the losers bracket now. And I mean, we'll see who they're going to end up playing. I believe the other match of our winners semis is also currently going on, and it is, I mean, a very close one as well. It's 4-3, map 5 on that one, Evasive Prime, or Evasive Elite, excuse me, versus Crybor Avalanche. So that should be a good one as well. Take a look at, I believe it's E_Crane stream if you guys are interested in that. But that was one hell of a series, Graph, to close it out.
Yeah, could not, been a better one to grab. I know both of these ended up being, complete bangers for the winter semis. I think we're going to try to drop a raid on over to that other stream so you can catch those last couple of rounds. That's where the COD's hottest. But big shout outs again to everyone that stayed around. Thank you all again for joining us at the K7 League, and we'll see you all next time. Peace out. But you will be able to still lock down the good amount of that time. So, I mean, we're going to be tied up heading into P3, and yeah, Boltcut Matt spots that player in the cruddy spot, and Llama will eventually get rooted on out. Boltcut Matt pushes on through, gets that one, swaps to the pistol for another. Couple of rushing up here.
It's so close to being over.
If they get cleaned out, they might get flipped here.
I mean, you can host him for like a little bit. Yeah, Storm's going to come down. Matt's not going to find anything, but he'll clear him off the point at the very least.
Oh, that's right.
King's Order Purple will touch the time with about 20 left to claim here. It's going to be King's Order White pushing forward to try and get them off, but the mid-cut push not being watched currently. Map for 2. They're pushing forward aggressively. Spawns might just flip here, and that's going to be a 4 dead. Try and You know, get some gunfight wins going your way. Sometimes you need to speed up. Sometimes you need to slow down. And so far, I mean, it's been Purple just playing better as a unit and just winning the gunfights individually as well. So that could be a deadly combination. We'll see if White can step it up here. They're gonna get a couple of kills in Hill, but Mansions cleans up the low player. One more to find, but Diff is gonna take him down, but not out of the woods yet. He needs to find a couple more up a spawn here, trying to get the trades coming on through. We'll see if they're able to find him. Diffie in the back trying to play his life. It's gonna be Matt on the front of the hill, gets the initial blood. Llama's gonna fall as well. Now just Diff left to pick up the pieces in the back. He will fall, but at least the spawns are still close here for White. They can still have a chance, but just not winning as many gunfights as you need them to right now.
Yeah, they a little bit. They have, you know, the appropriate